What's up, everyone? Welcome to Walkin with HQ, the world's #1 soccer card live of a guy hiking a mountain to pickleball. It's a busy time on the mountain right now. Hopefully no huge trucks come and give us problems, but if you've watched these in the past, you know I might have to take a break for like 10 seconds and let them pass. All right, so today I want to talk about these Max Dowman Chrome EPL rookie cards. Also, if you haven't seen, the Chrome EPL review is up on the site. This, while I mentioned down, I go in depth of like how hard it is to hit them and stuff. This is going to be kind of a different conversation that I didn't include in there because it's more like just this one card specific, and I don't like to get into that much detail on a set review. But I will be putting this up so, people will maybe see it. All right. So the card base, the parallels, and the on-card autos are utterly fascinating, like supremely fascinating. I actually like that they made the base hard to hit, super short print. I do wish, and this is a blanket statement, but I do wish Topps communication around all this would have been a lot better. People are spending, 6 figures in breaks, pre-release, and to not give us all the information before, whatever. It's probably not going to change, but I still, think they should do a better job when there's, stuff that's not normal, like a player not in wave 1, or in the case of the Dowman, it's short print, nobody knows what's going on. But all that aside, it's super short print. There's roughly 91 base, 91 colored parallels, and then 91 on-card autos. So that's extremely short print and extremely hard to hit. I'm not going to get into what I think the break price should be, but just everybody that's kind of getting involved now, hopefully they know. What I'm thinking about is the cards themselves. And I, usually don't like to give buy, sell, investing advice, whatever. But me personally, if I hit one of these cards, I'd sell it immediately. Not because I don't think they're cool. I actually think they're really, really cool. I actually like everything about the cards. I like everything about the short printedness. I like everything about the cards. The biggest problem is Topps clearly know, that they have a quote-unquote hobby superstar now, which is why they jammed him in, to this Chrome set. And once Topps knows they have a hobby prospect superstar, they are going to run this dude into the ground, from now until, Lord knows when. And it's really good that, sorry, we have a bus going by. It's really good that Topps got this EPL Chrome product out, mid-season. That's awesome. But the problem is you got a whole wave of UEFA cards coming. And he's probably going to be in every single important one. And also probably most of, if not all, the EPL products coming now. If Max Dowman played for United, I would be way more interested in his cards because United sucked last year and they're not in UEFA. So you wouldn't have to worry about this influx of UEFA cards coming. Also, and this is kind of Dowman specific, and like this isn't, I hesitate to put this out there, but it's how I truly feel. So he's probably, or he is, especially for the age, really, really good. No doubt. I just don't know his path to enough playing time in the very near future to keep the hobby excited, especially because he's not even playing right now, until all this wave of rookies come. So, like, he's not going to go out this week or next week or even in the next month and, bang in a brace or do something incredible. Like, so there's going to be this influx of cards coming eventually. We don't know when, but eventually they're going to come. And he's probably not going to have done anything, since, by the time they come out. And so now it's just more and more on the market. And if anything, people will be like, World Cup's coming. They'll be like, fuck. Oh, I need to jump on someone hot, like, I don't know, maybe even Endrick or something. Like if he gets announced the World Cup team, or I don't know, whoever. It doesn't, that part doesn't matter. But Dowman's not going to be there. So that would really worry me. If Dowman ends up with a, Topps Dynasty rookie, or, whatever high-end set they come out with, that'll be like patch-worn on cards. Like, those cards are going to be better than these Chrome cards. And so if these cards are going for 5 figures, can a Dynasty card really go for a multiple of that 5 figures? Or do people just say, I'd rather have the Dynasty card? I don't know. That's just kind of how my brain works. Like I said, none of this is meant to be investing advice. I usually don't put this kind of stuff out there. But I do see, I can recognize how really, really cool this card is. But at the same time, say, I definitely would be a seller over a buyer right now. Now, at some point in the future, that may change. But I take my chances right now being the seller and not the buyer. Like I said, if this was like the last product of the year released, no matter what I thought about Dowman, I would probably try to pick up one of these cards just because, like, to have that few, like, true premium rookie cards would be incredible. Like, that's the kind of stuff that, like, makes me excited in the hobby. Like, and why I hate Wookiees so much. Because you think you have something, like, cool in short print, and then 2 years later, Topps and or Panini will, make other cards of them. So that's just pretty much where I'm at with that card, or those cards, I guess I should say. I know one of my hobby friends is not going to be happy about this video, and if you saw my story, you'll realize that, but I already talked to him about it. Like, it is what it is. Everything I've said on here, I said to him. And, he's like, well, it's, it's incredibly hard monetarily wise based on the odds, to hit one of these cards. And while that's 100% factual, as I kind of went into on, I think it was my last one of these or maybe the time before, people kind of factor in how much it costs to hit a card, but they kind of don't. It's kind of, I think it's more when pricing something like this, it's like, well, let me look at somebody similar and seeing what that goes for. And then, and then all it takes is one or two people making that decision on the first or second comp, and then kind of everybody just kind of follows suit until the narrative changes. And like I said, I just can't see the Dowman narrative changing to the positive while he's not playing. So that's just kind of where I'm at with that. Let me see if there's, I got to take these glasses off real quick to see if there's any comments that I should respond to. So Adam says him not playing may actually help short term. I see it. I see the line of thinking. I don't know if I agree. I mean, because they're just going to be so hot. Like if he was nobody, then a 16-year-old that just randomly got a card, I could see it. But like when people are dumping, I think they're going to be looking for that. Doesn't have a clear, yeah. He doesn't. Carl is a big gooner. So Dowman plays right wing, Saka plays right wing. So many of these young guys are going to these stacked teams a la Endrick behind superstars and not being able to play, and that could kind of be in play here. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right, I'll post this, so if anybody missed, they can watch it.